This became abundantly obvious when the older man walked over to my friend Eric, slapped him on the belly and went, "Perfecto."
Wow.
Hello and welcome to the Abroad in Japan podcast. Probably the best way of learning about life in Japan without actually being in Japan. Because I'm not in Japan, I'm here with Pete Donaldson. Pete, how the devil are you doing? What's going on across the table?
I quite like the that Canadian lass who was doing it last week, that intro. I just think she did a much better job. She just seems like a bit more present in the room, not thinking about other stuff.
Yeah, she was really good.
Did I know her more?
My favourite thing about when Charlotte comes on is we talk about the time she showed Victor Orban around Tokyo.
It's like when we drove around North London, we just talked about Abu Hamza all day. We're obsessed with despotic regime, despotic men.
I thought the last episode was like a Q&A with Charlotte. I was like, let me just do a 20-minute episode
about Victor
Where
Orban.
would you take your favourite dictators? Where would Idi Amin? Would he love Yoshinoya?
Yeah, would he love? I mean, he loved meat. he'd love a beef rice ball, surely.
A night out with Gaddafi.
Night out with Gaddafi,
in
yeah.
Shibuya.
That'd be decadent. I think he's more of a Roppongi Hills kind of guy.
Yeah.
He's a decadent fucker.
Let's just do that for the whole episode.
Yeah, it's just where would all
Titles
of the...
be decadent fuckers of Tokyo. What have you been up to there? How are you getting on? I claimed you went on a holiday.
Every time Chris is busy and he can't do a podcast with
Pete's
me,
on holiday.
He says Pete's on holiday. So if you ever hear that again, even when I am on holiday, just assume that I am very available. I'm usually quite available. I usually bring my microphone wherever I am. I'm a self-effacing media node.
That was my excuse for being busy. It's always yeah. But you didn't go on holiday, did you?
I didn't go on holiday, no.
What
did I do? I spent most of yesterday. I can barely hear you right now because my neighbour, he's like a captain of industry.
It's not Gaddafi, is it?
Not Gaddafi.
No.
He works for a healthcare company, and he's basically like this kind of like ex sort of local councillor sort of guy. He's a guy who just knows everybody and stuff, and he's just always got a little hustle on the go.
A little hustle
He once bought a load of, do you know like the old Routemaster buses that had
yeah.
And you know when the buses were going somewhere, it would say where it was going to end up.
You're talking like a double-decker bus.
Double-decker bus. And you'd have on the front, you'd have the number and you'd have the name of the road or the name of the place where it's going to end up. Well, he bought a load of those rolls because they used to be on big sort of fabric rolls, and he bought a load of them, sliced them up and put them in frames and sold them to people who lived in those areas to remind them of living in fucking Kentish Town or something. And so and he's got a rum company and he does all of this stuff, and he's just always up to stuff. And yesterday his deceased parents had a house out in the just basically behind a roundabout up the road, and he's got a bit of land, and he's kept alpacas for the longest time.
This is not a normal person.
Thought that alpaca wool would be his fortune. The processing of a small amount of alpaca wool was prohibitively expensive, so it meant that he lost money on the alpacas. But he's basically got these alpacas in the back of his house, basically, his mum and dad's house, and he did what can only be described as Alpaca-loser. He did a music festival in his back thing, like 200 people, not too many people. But he just made himself like a little kind of little Glastonbury, but it was based around the humble alpaca.
They strap speakers to the alpacas.
Well, he had like go-karts.
What kind of fucking music do you have at an alpaca music festival?
Well, it was just basically everyone he'd seen in the last week going, can you come and do a gig? Can you come and do a show? It was basically two school bands, his mates doing a band, a singer-songwriter who was very good, and a stand-up he met last week. So it was, but I was tasked with doing the PA. So like, as in mixing all of the guitars and the drums and the stuff. The problem is he's a big Facebook Marketplace guy, as most of us are, who likes a bit of a hustle. I'm like him, but I don't have any interest in finishing any projects. I buy the stuff, I lose the money on it. I speculate, I never accumulate.
Oh.
And so, like,
you're going to make money on the Century, Toyota Century, don't worry.
It's not the way I'm driving it. Not the way I parked it yesterday at Alpaca-loser in a lot of hedges. It's all scratched. But
what are you saying? Alpaca what? Loser?
Alpaca-loser. Do you know like Lollapalooza, the American festival?
Right.
Alpaca-loser.
Alpaca-loser sounds like a shit sort of...
A shit alpaca.
A taunt from a bully at a shit school.
You fucking
Alpaca-loser, mate.
Alpaca-loser.
Alpaca-loser.
Yeah, so I was mixing all the thing, and he basically bought this PA from some old rocker from in Birmingham and brought it home in a van. And he basically just, he just had this PA, and it was like, and about 3 microphones for the whole set. So I had to sort of make the choice of sort of going, drums, you're not getting a microphone. Bass, you're just putting your bass amp right up. Guitar can have one, and vocals can have one, but and one of the microphones are broken. So I just spent most of the day just blasting my ears off, and trying to figure out how to, and also it rained quite a lot. So
how many people showed up?
There were 200 people. 200 people. There's quite a lot of people, but it was just constantly worried that I was going to electrocute some teenagers
or some alpacas.
Or some alpacas, yeah. Just constantly worried about the weatherproofing
Do
that we've
alpacas conduct electricity?
I don't know. I mean, I guess by their very nature, they'd be able to hold a lot of static around themselves. But
it's such a fascinating concept.
It was a weird Saturday for me because I've not done a lot of live mixing, and I don't think I'll be invited back to do any more. But,
I like this idea of just taking an object, item, or animal and making a festival out of it.
Exactly.
Like you could have your Toyota Century Fest.
Century Loser.
Century Fest.
Century
Loser.
Well, there's a lot of people on the Toyota Century WhatsApp group who are very up for, hey, I'm going to this car meet. Do you want to meet up? And then, no, I'm not going to do any of that. It is a functional vehicle that is covered in scratches, and I'm just driving it like You just spoke to my partner about driving in today. Yeah, we had a situation where we were driving down one road, and you could see a load of people sort of come towards us, and one of them gave me the thumbs up. Then somebody later on down the road gave me the thumbs up, and then
you just bought this car to look
just
cool.
Show off, yeah, just to show off. But Sarah hates it; it's brilliant.
I saw I was like a service station in Leicester the other day, and I saw like a guy driving like a 1920s car,
right?
And the number plate was just nah. Like NAH.
NAH.
Nah. And he was like an 85-year-old man in the car.
I bet that number plate's more valuable than the car.
It was a very cool looking car. He seemed very dignified. I like the ones Starbucks.
I like the ones that you can sometimes get that are really short, and they're, I think, grey on black number plates, and they're from Jersey, I think. And you're allowed to drive them in the UK for like 6 months, but then you got to take them off and re-register it as a UK vehicle.
Rubbish.
But the people of Jersey just have it right. They don't pay tax.
And they can do what they want.
They look after everyone else's money, and then they drive around with cool number plates.
But let us cast our mind across the sea, or across the planet.
Yes, please.
To Japan. We have a story from Old Christian from Norway. His name is Old Christian. Like good old Christian.
Good old Christian.
And he's written, hello, Chris and Pete. When me and my friends went to Japan in 2019, we happened to land on the first day of the Sensoji Matsuri. Lucky us, the biggest festival in Tokyo. So we did what any self-respecting weebs would do. Went in Japan for the first time, went straight out to get ourselves some yukata and join in on the festivities. Temple visit, takoyaki, goldfish paper fishing, watching processions, all the fun, all the stuff. At the end of the day, on our way out of Asakusa, we were waiting at a crossing when I noticed an old couple whispering to each other while looking us up and down. I crossed eyes with the old lady and asked, "Is my yukata daijobu?" To which she responded with a quick, "Hang on a second," and she shuffled over to me. Before I could object, she stripped me of both my obi and my dignity, obi being the belt. Never mind that I was only wearing boxers underneath. My yukata was flung open on the Asakusa High Street. It quickly became apparent that she was trying to help me dress properly, but was having some issue getting the obi to sit right. With some rude gesticulations and helpful translating from a passing couple, we were informed that I was too slim and had too feminine a figure, so the obi didn't rest under the belly as it was supposed to.
Oh.
Now, this became abundantly obvious when the older man walked over to my friend Eric, slapped him on the belly and went, "Perfecto." Have you had your own run-ins with the wild Obaasama grandmothers endemic to Japan? What about Matsuri? They're my favourite thing to do in Japan, though they're a proper devil to plan an itinerary around. With kind regards, Old Christian from Norway.
Oh, good old Christian. Good old Christian. His mate getting slapped on the belly. Yeah, it's all about it. Like, I like fashion that incorporates a middle-aged spread. I think it's quite useful, quite helpful, I think, in many ways.
I remember the last time I wore a yukata, I got for like 25 minutes, this woman helped me put it on. Just kind of unsettling.
What is it? Was it kind of like?
Or maybe it was a kimono. Actually, it was a kimono which was a bit more exotic.
That's how you fit a yukata in prison.
Well, I had like a team of like 3 women all like working on different parts of me.
Oh, like RoboCop.
Yeah, I was very RoboCop, like getting my suit back on. But then I just always look crap in a kimono.
Right. Does anyone look? I mean, I think Westerners.
It's not flattering.
Westerners look like perverts in them. Do you know what I mean? They just look like. If I do own a kimono, my partner has bought me both a sword and a kimono. I've expressed interest in Japan. I've never expressed interest in being outwardly visible.
Is that
as
what
someone
she thinks
who,
Japan is about?
I think so. Yeah. I think the Japanese love pillow is next. But but to be fair, in the summer months, you're taking out the bins. You cut a kimono is quite a useful thing.
Is it a proper because kimonos cost like 20,000?
Yeah, it's not that. It's got Japanese writing in it. So that's the best you get. Yeah, the the Don Quixote kimono. And so I'm wearing that to put out the bins, and you do feel like a sex person. It just feels like, hey, baby, I'm wearing my kimono. It's a sex person, isn't it? A silk kimono, a sex person.
Oh
in the
my
West.
God.
But out east, it's a beautiful formal clothing.
It does look good. When I was a slimmer man, it did look good.
Right.
But now I just look too rounded.
Do you just feel a bit ninja-y? There's just something about strapping that on. You just like, I need a sword now.
I look like a fucking walking bouncy castle. I can't be a ninja. But I do like a good kimono. They are cool.
Yeah.
I remember I wore one when we opened this bar in Kyoto. Remember like a couple of years ago we did like a bar for a week in Kyoto.
That's right, a pop-up, yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Got a taste for it.
Yeah, and I got given
hostelry.
like the guy, I was like, how much is this kimono? I know they're expensive. And he was like, priceless, Des. I was like, go on. It was like, we were driving like a BMW and he went, let's just say it's more than this car. And
Really?
I was like,
wow.
Because it's like pure silk. It's very bespoke. The guy that fitted me out with the kimono is the same guy that did like the Emperor's favourite kimono.
Surely you could
and
could have got the B-Jams pound stretcher version. You could have got the cheaper man to do it.
I was like, what happens if I rip it? And he's like, Daijobu. We can fix it. I was like, what if I set it on fire with the candles? He was like, don't do that.
Don't do that. That is unfixable.
Like,
but a lot of
repair,
when you get over a certain level, it's the same with suits and stuff. Like they are designed to take a bit of wear and tear, and they pull out, pull in for people putting on weight and pretending they're ever going to lose it, and that kind of thing. I remember I was in Hong Kong and I'd burst my trousers. I was in a revolving door, and for some reason my cheap eBay suit just exploded. I think I fell over and my trousers exploded. And drink had been taken. And then so I went to
Pete Dawson's first world problems.
I went to Kowloon and got my got a tailor to fix it, basically, like a proper. I don't know why I went to a proper tailor, because it was just I just needed a seamstress or what's a male version of seamster? A seamster?
I don't know.
Seamster?
So
Sounds right, doesn't it?
Seamstress.
Right. A seam person.
A male seamstress.
A seam lad. So yeah, I could have done that, but I went to a proper. I don't know why I did that, but he did it in like 5 minutes, and then bang. And they just seemed like they were better trousers afterwards, because there'd been a bit of investment in them.
Seamless.
A seamless.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
that's great. You can rent like yukata and stuff around Sensoji. I've never been to the Sensoji Matsuri though. I do want to go. It's where like the Yakuza come out in full force, and they've got all the tattoos.
Right. Yeah.
They all seem very friendly and whatnot. So yeah, if you get the chance, if you're in Tokyo, I think it's in summer. Probably in summer.
Right.
Then go and swing by. But no, it'll be very busy.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. I mean,
it could be fun.
It's only getting more busy, isn't it?
But we have a story. You've heard of Lost in Space. Get ready for Scammed in Space.
Yeah.
This is occasionally we get like an odd scam in Japan. We should preface this by saying it's a bit sad.
It is a bit. It is a bit
an elderly
sad.
person being, taken advantage of.
Yes.
Admittedly in a baffling way. But my nan gets like letters through the post. It's like, well, you've won this competition you didn't enter. It's £25,000.
Yeah.
Just send us a check.
Oh, mate.
For 250. And my dad had to be like, this isn't real.
Yeah. Last week, some proposed Honkai Star Rail PR was asking about being able to get an advert on the Abroad in Japan YouTube. And I clicked through and I was like, oh, it's a scam. And the last minute I was like, it's a scam.
Yeah, you get that a lot.
We don't get many, and like I didn't realise that was because It's because the unprofessionalism of most PRs and the way they write.
Yeah.
The only thing that tipped me off was like they sent it on a Sunday. I was like, nah, come on. PRs are writing on a Sunday.
Detective Donaldson's on the case.
Yeah, but,
I mean, I've got all sorts of weird shit. I got like one email that was like, "Hello, I am Prince of Sony.
No,
I'm
Prince of
going
Sony.
to give you all the deals.
Right, okay, nice.
Just come,
okay,
let's
good.
meet in Shimbash." Oh, it was very weird.
Oh, so they proposed a real meeting?
Yeah.
Could you have been kidnapped, do you reckon?
Probably. But there's a lot of
True
giveaways.
crime podcast, just saying.
But you always get
Not
emails like,
against it.
"Hello, insert name here. Congratulations."
Yeah,
We wanna
well,
do a
we
thing with you."
had our... It was one of our Instagram... I think it was the football show that we do on the continent. We had our Twitter or Instagram taken off us because somebody had started, the producer... He won't thank me for... I'm going to say it. Producer Finn got an email, and it was a good few years along now. And it's and basically a phishing email.
Right.
And it started with the words, "Hello, dear."
Oh my
So it's
god!
like, no one. And so it was just really funny. Every time we get a phishing one, we go, "Hello, dear."
It's not as good as Prince of Sony.
Prince
It's
of Sony.
Certainly not as good as this one. So what happened? And what boggles my mind about this scam is not that the woman fell for it, elderly woman. It's the situation the individual presented.
It's an astonishing sort of gambit in it, really. It's a
the sort of thing you would do. This is a sort of Pete Donaldson story.
I can't.
If you were a
can't
scam
deny
artist,
that.
this is what you'd do.
Bit of razzle dazzle. He's turned a normal phishing exercise into what can be described as a multi film sort of universe. This is an epic phishing scam.
Oh, God.
We had this story sent us a few times a little while ago. So and it keeps coming up. So we have to talk about it because it's so good. It's an 80-year-old woman in Hokkaido.
80, yeah.
80. She's living on her own, looking for a bit of company. She meets someone online in July who is an astronaut, which is
fairly normal.
Fairly normal stuff.
We've all done that.
Over the weeks, they bonded through messages, and she really started developing feelings. Then one day, he hits her with this. He's in a spaceship. In space, right now.
Oh.
Under attack.
From who?
God
It's
knows.
a space war.
A space vending machine.
Star Wars.
And he's in need of oxygen. Mission Control, the piece says, doesn't exactly send SOS text to strangers, but he convinced her to send funds, about 1 million yen, around about $5,000, as he wanted to help her space partner breathe again. I mean, it's just that I can't breathe because I'm under attack. I need to buy some more oxygen.
I mean,
I need $5,000 for more oxygen.
full marks
from the
for creativity. This is so weird on so many levels.
From space Tesco's, from space Walmart. I need some oxygen. Yeah, I mean, it's sad, but I think
what happened?
she gave them $5,000. She gave them $5,000. They gave them 1 million yen.
Did he get the oxygen though? Did he get
we
the
don't
oxygen?
know. I mean, I imagine the line went quite quiet, so maybe she didn't get her there in time. Yeah, I mean, just you see it now on every. I don't know what your mobile banking app is like, but every time I try and send anything to anyone, it's like, is a nursery for your daughter asking you to send Bitcoin? It's like, probably not, mate. Don't worry about it. I've got this, the police are just urging everyone to just be a bit careful. But I mean,
Do you
it's
think like
just
the
amazing.
person that did this scam, did they have like a spinning wheel and they're like, what story should I make up?
Yes.
Bash. And the arrow lands on space astronaut, low oxygen.
Scam, yeah.
Like, it's just so unsettling.
But it's just, I mean, he must be like the best scammer in the office. Do you know what I mean? He must be like, when sales people take a gong, bong, or a little drum kit or whatever, absolute bellend behavior. But like
Would
when
you
they made a big sale,
I mean,
he'd take the rest of the
it's
year
almost
off,
like
wouldn't
paying
he?
$5,000. So this was $6,700 to be part of an interesting story.
Yeah, okay. Oh, what would you pay $5,000 to be scammed?
I wouldn't.
Scam by a
necessarily.
spaceman. It's quite a blues
Depending
song.
on the depth of it. Imagine if they're like sending photos on the International Space Station or this magical spaceship.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think how money you would make out of that.
Do you remember there was the Piers Brosnan scam about a year ago, and somebody went really all in on this. It was quite creepy, and they used deepfakes of Pierce Brosnan.
That's right, yes.
And he was like, he scanned, it was an art gallery somewhere in the Midlands. I can't remember where exactly.
That he was going to appear or something.
Northampton. Yeah, and he was like, I'm
Hello,
going to appear.
I'm going to appear at your art gallery.
Well, yeah, and the idea was like, I'm going to, want my art in your gallery. And,
yes.
the woman was elated.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sort of a random,
So
obviously it's
creative.
Pierce Brosnan. He's quite big. But you'd still be like, okay, that's random, but maybe he's artistic.
Yeah.
He maybe wants that. And then he starts like sending deep fake photos from like him in his house or in a hotel, like, yeah.
I can't wait to get my art in your gallery. It's amazing, yeah.
But that, they went all out. And then obviously, and then I think Pierce Brosnan got angry because he was like, I'm not going to be there.
I'm not going to be there.
And it was like, I felt quite sympathetic for the woman that she'd been duped in this way. I think
It's
she even had like a
difficult,
video call with him.
Yeah.
But it was voice only.
That's right, yes. Oh, no. I think it was screen only, I think.
Yeah. And he was like, I can't turn the video on today.
If you read his mouth, he's talking about a film he's releasing, weirdly, isn't he? Yeah. He's been interviewed by Pete Donaldson.
Have you interviewed him?
No, I haven't. Yeah. Ali Plum will have.
Yeah.
At some point.
Of course. But of course. But yeah, I wonder, like, it doesn't elaborate on how they could, I mean, they didn't do anything like that. Nothing of that caliber.
No.
They just drew out a story.
I mean,
and preyed on someone who was lonely.
I just think that whoever managed to sort of get that scam must be like, yeah, I'm the best at this. I am the best at this.
But I mean, this isn't an isolated incident. I think we talked last year that there was like 15 billion yen was stolen. This has created 1,500 romance scam cases last year, I believe. 1,500.
But there's a loneliness epidemic in Japan. It's probably pretty fertile hunting grounds for.
It probably is
Earth-based love.
So be careful if you've got an elderly relative. Always ask them. Always make sure that they are not interacting with random individuals. From space.
I think the HSBC app should say, "Are you sending this to a spaceman for space oxygen?"
Yeah, you get that, don't you? With the bank transfer, it's always like, "Who have you met this person?
Have you met this person?
How much
are
do
they a
they want?
spaceman? Do they need oxygen?
Are they
under attack?
Off the fucking orbit of Mercury?" Honestly.
Oh,
so sad.
mate. Look, it's a lot of money, but hopefully she's got a bit more than $5,000 in her bank account.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Poor old woman. Anyway, we're back in a moment, guys. Your stories, comments, and questions over in the fax machine.
Wow.
And we're back with the fax machine. What do we got this week from our listeners? Mr. Dawson, fill us in.
We've got a message from Tom from Kent. Hello, Tom from Kent. Hello, guys. My brother and I have decided to return to Japan for our second trip over New Year in a few months. We'll be arriving on the 27th of December, spending New Year in Tokyo and heading down to Kyushu, then back up to Tokyo via a couple of days in Osaka. I would love to know what advice you have for spending New Year in Japan, specifically Tokyo. Do you have any favourite ways to spend New Year that you recommend? And are you going to have a party at Lost Bar? Oh, you're going to be having a party at Lost Bar. Thanks very much. Keep doing what you do. You're the best in the game. Kind regards, Tom from Kent. New Year.
New Year. I mean, my only advice is make sure you've got money because a lot of the ATMs shut down over New Year's.
Oh, there. Oh. Why
it's
is
one of the
that?
few times a year. I don't know. I think it's because it's like it's kind of the most important time of year. It's not the biggest holiday. It's not the best holiday, but it's like the most
holiday,
important,
right?
And so everyone's off work. And yeah, numerous of the times that I've gone out trying to get some money out, and it's like, burp, burp, come back in 4 days. And you're like,
no.
What?
I need to send money to a spaceman.
Genuinely scary.
Spaceman.
It's scary. So just get money out.
Right. Yeah.
Then
That's
go
good advice. Yeah.
Go to the temple and do the first prayer of the year. Join that.
Is there not
Kick
like
in.
kind of is there a Chinese influence on the whole kind of calendar starting a little bit later? Is there kind of a bit more?
It's a good question, actually.
There's sort of a bit of love for that as well.
No, not really. It is basically like January 1st. It all kicks off, I suppose. I don't think they have that sort of Chinese New Year component.
No,
really.
No.
But they do have it's the year of the horse. It's the year of the
Alpaca.
alpaca.
Still have those, right? Okay.
They do sort of have that, yeah.
Right.
They do pinch that a little bit. But yeah, just make sure you got some money.
Yes. Okay.
Otherwise, you get stuffed.
Good advice, Colin.
Elliot says, hello guys, I booked a trip to Japan November with a couple of friends. I can't wait to go. We're classic nerds. And we're looking forward to hitting up the arcades, manga cafes, Pokemon Center. You guys are of the age to have grown up collecting and playing Pokemon. If you had to pick, what is your favourite Pokemon? Says Elliot. I like Blastoise.
Right.
Because it's quite badass.
Yeah.
Splashing around in the water. Cannons.
So I sort of watched Pokemon properly for the first time because like just a banging theme tune, just the most bangingest theme tune around.
Your daughter watch it? Do you put it on for your daughter?
No, it is very much what they bloody call the old K-pop Demon Hunters. That's big in our house. Have you seen that?
No.
Charlotte Diptator?
K-pop? No.
It's a Netflix show animation that is based around a girl group who hunts demons.
Oh, it's quite big, isn't it? Yeah.
And the demons have come up with a rude plan where they've made a boy band and they duke it out. There is love, there is intrigue. There are about 3 or 4 absolutely smashing songs in there. And the animation is first class.
Oh, sounds very good, actually.
Cannot recommend it enough. Not a big K-pop guy, but that was enjoyable.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to sing the song Golden, the
Don't
high
do it
bits. Oh, I'm not going to. Because it's so accurate, we get an IP tick. I've been trying to sing it all week. I can't because I've lost all of my notes above a certain register.
A minor.
A minor.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, no. My favourite Pokemon is that one that's a keys. It's just a roll. It's just a.
key?
I'll show you a picture. Pokemon that is just keys.
I only know like the original 100 Pokemon lineup from like the 90s.
Is it Klefki? Yes, Klefki.
Klefki?
Yeah, it's just some keys.
What the when did this come out?
We've spoken about this on the show before, but it was remote, so you didn't see him. After a certain level, the artist just went, "Oh, what's around me? There's a garbage bin. There's a Vanillux is the one that I like the most because it's just a vanilla ice cream.
What
it's
the
just
fuck?
so fucking lazy.
Just
You
sort
run
of
out after a
gave
while.
up.
You do run out after a while. There are only so many ideas. There's a snowflake one.
I did collect the cards like everyone else. I do wonder where they are now and what they could be worth.
Yeah.
Dread to think.
Is there not? Surely your did you have enough room that your mum and dad would actually keep hold of the stuff that's probably in the loft now?
It's
Gone
in the dustbin.
Oh,
Because to be honest, Pokemon peaked around 2002 in that sort of generation, in my generation, and then it
back
sort of
though.
faded off. I would never have been like, "Oh, it's going to be popular again."
Yeah. It
You
is,
know.
but it is just
And
kind
then
of
it's
like
sort of
you.
around 2015, 16, it kicked off again.
Big box PC
Whatever.
games. I had a huge collection of those, and they and I just sold them before I went to university. I was actually
To make some money. How much you make?
Only a couple of £100. But they were like, but they were 10 quid a pop and stuff. But like now, big box PC games are like 50, 60 quid.
Could have built a spaceship with the money.
Could have
that
built a
would worth.
could have built a bloody spaceship.
Save this astronaut. From
But
the
it is
Space
just
Force.
but it is just about like people who make money out of that sort of stuff. It's just having the room and the and the sheer bloody mindedness to sort of keep all the stuff.
You need a bloody good garage.
Yeah,
Stick
exactly.
it all in.
Yeah.
We got Greg here in Minehead. Actually, I was near Minehead the other day.
I love a bit of mine.
Interesting name, isn't it?
Where
Minehead.
I mean, I presume if I was a
There's a
guessing man, if I was a guessing
I
man,
think there was a mine.
I would say that's where all the miners got in.
And
But,
now they're building Hinkley Point, the biggest
Hinkley
nuclear
Point?
reactor there.
Oh,
just
good
down
point.
the road.
Well, got lots of room to keep all of the disused
Chuck it
disused
down the
waste.
mine.
Yeah,
That's how it works.
roll the rods down the mine. That's what I say.
Shall we encase them in concrete? Nah, chuck them
roll
down,
down the
there, mate.
mine.
Greg says, Konnichiwa. Japan is the best street food, and almost every Abroad Japan video showcases some new mouth-watering snacks. What is your absolute go-to snack when you're just out and about? Other than Coolish and Family Mart chicken, of course. Thank you, Greg in Minehead. I mean, I love a stick of yakitori chicken.
Yeah. What, just on the go? Kind
On
of
the go.
from the
Yeah,
7-Eleven,
you find people just because it's quite easy to grill it.
Yeah.
They grill it, salt it, pepper it, whatever, hand it over, job done.
I considered becoming a meat man over the weekend.
What does that entail?
Buying one of those, I think Aldi or one of the cheap shops.
That
where
sounds like
it's selling
another
us
scam.
egg.
My friend wants to become a meat man. Send me $6,000.
The host of Football Ramble, when he was in Edinburgh when he was a kid, he would have a bacon round. So he'd go around with a white coat on and a bucket of bacon.
What the
and
fuck?
He'd sell bacon to the people
Really?
in the shop, in the houses. That's a random
There's money to
job
be
he
made.
does. There's money to be made in meat. I'll tell you what.
I dread to think how much
yeah.
I've eaten in the time, because I've had a fried breakfast every day for like 3 weeks now.
How does your like? Because I've stopped with the fried breakfast because my body will go, Peter.
Well, I can
need
feel the
to-"
oil in my veins.
No, but like it's
I'm
just
becoming
more
like a Pokemon.
It's the
fucking oil earth or something.
It's the antacid. It's the acid in your because
Oilers
whenever I get oily food, it goes. It's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming to get you.
I just can't resist it though. Every morning I tell Sean like I'm not going to get fried breakfast this morning.
And then you look at the menu and it's
Then
the best thing on the
it's
menu,
like-
isn't it? Yeah.
special sausages and magic bacon and whatever, and you're like, oh, fuck it, okay.
Especially down in, I remember that hotel, you told me which hotel you stayed in, and I've stayed in that hotel, and those breakfasts are good, man.
But everywhere. I mean, I've been to Bill's, I've been to Coach, I've been everywhere. I've been to Weatherspoons, though. It's bloody good there.
No. Look, as long as Black Pudding, I'll bring it back to when you put me and Sarah up in a hotel in London because we were doing a show for your like London live.
Oh, the
was it book
show.
launch? I can't
No,
remember.
it's just to celebrate being alive.
Celebrate being alive, isn't it? I went over the road to a French brasserie and had the best black pudding, and I think about that.
Really?
I think about that every day of my life. It is the best black pudding I've ever had in my life, and ever will.
Well, what's your go-to street food?
Oh,
in
street
Japan?
food. Takoyaki is just really easy to eat.
Ah, yes.
Like, because you see them in like Himeji Park and stuff. You see like next to the guys doing the fucking rock and roll dancing. You'll have a little stall, and pretty much any event that you go to, someone will be able to knock you up some yakitori. So yeah, definitely. If you go into like a beer festival or a sake festival or something, there's always somebody selling. It's just it's a bite-sized treat.
Yeah, just be careful because they're very hot.
They are very
in the
hot,
most recent video, both Natsuki and I burnt our mouths. Because Natsuki burnt his, and I was like, "You fool!" And I did it seconds later.
Yeah, you just assume that.
Dickheads.
You just assume that they're not moving around their mouth correctly.
You've got to sort of pierce it with the toothpick and let it open, and let the flames of the sun.
That's
come
not
out.
a bad little plan. For a
Life hacks, how to eat takoyaki.
Yeah.
You hear it all.
All right.
On the Abroad Japan podcast. Keep the stories, questions, comments coming in, guys. We'll be back later in the week, but for now, have yourself a great few days. We'll see you right back here to do all over again on the Abroad Japan podcast. Bye for now. Have a good one.